happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I am Maria Milagros, and this is a little space I like to carve out to share tips, tools, techniques, nuggets, anecdotes, stories, reminders that will hopefully, when implemented, when integrated, can help us move the needle to healthier and happier, whatever that means for us for this time in our lives. Because as we are constantly evolving, what is next level healthy and happy is also evolving, or at least it should be, right? Because I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a higher version of me, and when I catch up with her, she elevates, and then I catch up with her and she elevates, and I'm like, yes, let's go. So it's a reminder that there is no there, right? There's this constant state of evolution. So today I wanted to share this reminder. Back in November, I started taking classes to learn how to swim because, yes, I need to learn how to swim. I'm a grown woman, right? And I needed to stop putting it on. My mother should have taught me how to swim when I was whatever. I'm a grown woman. If I want to learn how to swim, I got to take my butt down to the local YMCA, take the classes with 8-year-olds, if that's what that means. I have no pride. And learn how to swim, right? So that's what I did. I started taking swimming lessons and I was learning how to swim. And when I was in the pool with its very steady water, no problem. I can swim. I can do a couple of laps, I'm still building up the pulmonary and cardiac strength because it's a different type of breathing and learning in your body in terms of how to breathe when you're swimming in water versus going for a run. But anyways, so I'm developing that strength and I'm doing laps. I got this. I'm a swimmer. Hey, I'm so proud of myself, right? Go me. And then we went to the ocean and I was like, cool, I got this because I can swim in the pool. Now, the pool doesn't move really unless someone else is swimming on the other lane creating small ripples. But even then, you learn how to navigate those teeny tiny ripples. Now, when I got into the ocean, it was a whole different story. I mean, currents coming from the left, boats passing on the right, people playing, things happening, seaweed, the ground isn't steady, there's not a rail to hold on to in case you panic, right? So I was in the ocean with my pool swimming foundations, and I kept getting caught in like a current and feeling like, oh my gosh, I am going to drown. I thought I knew how to swim. So I got out of the ocean and my spirit showed me what you learned was the foundation. And then what happens is life will throw different situations or new circumstances at you. And then when they come up, because you have this foundation, you have to recalibrate to the foundation, assess the situation, and move forward accordingly. But you cannot expect the ocean to be like the pool. What I'm trying to say is this. In life, we have these moments where we feel like I've made it. I've survived this thing. I surpassed this thing. I dealt with this thing. I've overcome this thing. Go me. And you should go me, right? And life will throw at you something new that feels like I feel like I already did this. I already overcame this. Why am I doing it? Because it's something different. It's a different caliber of a different type of situation that now requires us to recalibrate, go back to our foundations, recalibrate, assess the new situation, and then make decisions from that place. For me, when I got back in the ocean, I decided, one, I'm not going so far deep as I did the first time, acting like I had all the confidence in the world. I am not Michael Phelps, okay? I literally just learned. So I would go into the ocean and keep it at a place that felt good for me, where I still could put my feet down if I needed to, but I would practice my swimming and feeling the pull and the waves and the ebb and the flow of the ocean. And isn't that what life is? It is this constant evolution, this constant ebb and flow. And because I know me and I know that I don't have yet the capacity to go deeper, I'm going to stay where it's challenging, but still close enough that I could pull myself out safely. Right? If we took this metaphor and again used it as a reminder for our everyday lives, we might have these things that we're like, I'm doing my affirmations, I'm building up my own self-esteem, I'm building my own self-confidence, I'm doing it. And then you feel so good, like, yeah, I have arrived, right? and then somebody says something that you have never heard before, or it's a person that you admire, or that is new, or it's something new in the dynamic, and it hits you in a way that you think, but I already did this. I built myself up. I do my affirmation. Yes, you have. And yes, you would not even be aware, had you not built that foundation, that something was off. And so instead of persecuting yourself for not being fully capable of going right into that new situation 100% at that moment, step back, recalibrate, assess. The recalibration is, I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm made of. I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know what I'm about. The recalibration, right? And then assess. Hurt people hurt people. So if that person said something hurtful, the reminder is, it is not mine. Now, it stung different because it was a different statement that I hadn't heard before, or, people get creative when they're trying to insult you, or it was from a different person that you weren't expecting, or someone else, or, and acknowledge what is, assess the situation, and then say, oh, okay, now I know how I'm going to move forward. The reminder is, you will not talk to me that way. People don't talk to me that way because I don't allow them to. I know who I am. And if you can't speak to me with respect, cool. You just let me know who you are. I'll be over there. But I'm not taking that on, right? That's just one example of how we can use this process of going back to our foundation, recalibrating, assessing the situation, and then taking action accordingly. Because there are going to be moments that knock you over. Life is like the ocean. If we think that once we kind of deal with or build a foundation in this one area that we're never going to have to deal with that again, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment and failure. And failure in and of itself isn't a bad thing, because that's how we learn, right? Failure is your friend. But what we can do is instead remind ourselves that life has ebbs and flows. And when the current pulls me under, or when it knocks me over, my job, because I cannot control the ocean, I cannot control the boats out there, I cannot control the people of the world, I cannot control what politicians may or may not say versus what they do. I have no control over that. What I have control over is this. What is my foundation? How can I recalibrate? Am I assessing the situation and acknowledging and accepting the moment for what it is, and then making my decisions from that foundational place accordingly, right? That's power right there. That is power, power, power. So that's all I have for you today. The ebb and the flow, life, swimming, oceans, recalibrate, foundations, assess, action. I hope that was helpful. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it. This light is coming right in my one eye. I can feel my pupil dilating on this one side. And I mean, this pupil's dilated in this. Anyways, if you know someone who can benefit from it, please share it. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Put it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments if you're like, what? And that didn't make any sense to you, because it helps me clarify next time around. That's all I have for you. I will talk to you soon. I'll see you next week. I'm sending you love and light. There's nothing you can do about it. Peace.